It is definitely how we wanted to start the week. We just want to be first place, and beating C9 will be like the start of it.
Everything worked out perfectly, and we were able to show off like a new strategy.
I'm actually really slow at learning champions. I just hold like a higher level of like play for myself compared to like some other people.
We're playing against Curse, and we will do well.
I feel we're getting better and better every day, so I think we'll win more games.
I think CLG did pretty well. They managed to beat Cloud9, so I'm hoping that we'll have a good match with CLG today.
Well, we got TSM coming up, so I think we're just going to crush them. We beat Cloud9 in a pretty dominant fashion. It's awesome to beat my old teammates.
We're going to try even harder now.
I feel like we're going to pick it up today against Vulcan.
Welcome back to week 2 of the NALCS Summer Split. I'm Rivington Business III, along with the man who's got my back from the side, Joshua Jat Leesman. And we've got 4 huge matches starting with Cloud9 taking on Vulcan. But before we get into those games, we have to talk about some of the incredible action that happened here yesterday, starting with Counterlogic Gaming taking away Cloud9's silver lining by crushing their perfect record.
Yeah, COG started out with a level 1 double kill from the jungle in our first game in the game. That invade, along with some good stall play, allowed them to actually survive until their late game and beat Cloud9 for their first loss of the season. Then Cloud9 was tripped up for the first time yesterday.
Yeah.
Both TSM and Vulcan got one step closer to first place. TSM also had a level 1 invade, and then took it from there with their most dominating performance of the season in their win against Velocity. Vulcan continued their dominance over Curse with another commanding victory, and Dignitas also got revenge over Coast.
Yeah, so many little revenge in all the action yesterday. But now that you've heard what we've had to say, it's time for you to take a look for yourself. The first game of the day featured an undefeated Cloud9 taking on the struggling Counterlogic Gaming. A well-placed ward got CLG off to a great start. CLG played this one from the start with a ward, and it could come out in their favor. 2 kills for nothing right now. They've 1 over to Link and 1 over to Janna. The usually invincible Meteos could not find the right initiation. Meteos goes in and he gets absolutely shredded. There's the lock into the Iron Solari. A little bit of life safety there, putting him on the Iron Lung right now. Meteos just gets out with Wild Growth. They get one, and wow, in the back line from downtown, the end gets Meteos. And CLG would hand Cloud9 their first defeat of the season. Counterlogic with another seesaw game, back and forth. They are going to be able to get the first win, and it looks like Cloud9 will find their first loss.
Really well played from CLG.
Nian actually did his math wrong, and he wrote down the Baron timer a minute earlier, so because of that, they were able to get a mission.
Team Solo Mid's Wild Turtle wasn't quite himself last week, and he looked to turn things around against the 1-4 Velocity Esports. Things turned quickly for Wild Turtle. Then Wild Turtle, one more shot, he gets first blood to come out on Evaniscus. And then he just started sniping people. Well, at the right time, the base medic, oh my gosh! Oh god, no! The base from downtown!
Sniper indeed, headshot from Wild Turtle.
With Wild Turtle back on his game, Team Solo Mid pick up an easy win to improve to 4-2. This could be exactly what they need, but a great flash by Wild gets himself to safety. The chase on NK Inc., but they focused on the meditate. It's only going to take a little bit longer to take him down, and there is enough focus on the team to keep going for the Nexus turrets.
They're going to just easily take this one down. It looks like it'll be the win for TSM right here.
Wild Turtle really stepping his game back up, along with Reginald, and the odd one coming out huge for this one. Well played by Team Solo Mid to find the win, Game 2, here in Week 2. In a rematch from last week, the 1-4 Curse were trying to find a way, any way, to beat a Vulcan team that seems to have their number. Curse's early aggression turned against them.
There we go, she takes the turret dagger, the jump comes on in, Exhaust by there as well. He's gonna take a bunch of pain and is still ever taking the turret shots. It's now Cop, he's gotta be careful. Only got 1 more shot left, and Bloodwater survives it, are you kidding?
And Vulcan were able to turn it around for a double kill first blood.
That's good.
Vulcan would continue their domination of Curse to pick up their 4th win of the season.
Saint just goes on in, the Crescendo comes back across, and there's Psycho Sid just crushing everybody's health bars. Jackie's initiation is not enough. Q goes for nothing so far. Void with the beautiful Zonias, but it just does not matter. Cop falls down as well. Void's gonna get crushed. 3 or 4 picked up. The GA is gonna respawn Cop, but that won't matter either. Vulcan has Curse's number, and that number is 18-4 with a victory.
Vulcan stays in a 2nd place tie with TSM. This is a fantastic start to the season for Vulcan.
Another rematch from Week 1. Dignitas were trying to atone for their epic meltdown against Team Coast. Great plays by both supports started this one off.
Oh no! Oh my god, Daydream, you are amazing, and Cutie Pie is now trying to run, but they might have the damage they need. Ignite is on. No, Cutie Pie survived. A legit hook though.
That was amazing.
A nice play from Kiwi Kid's Twisted Fate would give Dignitas first blood.
Ult goes off, Zion Spartan has a TF ult on top of him, and that is Kiwi Kid picking up first blood.
In a flashback to last week, Dignitas nearly let this one slip away.
I got him. Get the fucking inhib. Don't get too. They found 2 kills. Cutie Pie taking pain, but he's gonna find Zion Spartan. Look at the damage from those axes. We watch Scar in the bottom corner is taking down the inhibitor turret, but the inhibitor itself has been taken down by Coast.
A really good play by Coast.
But they would win the final team fight.
But Daydreamer gets chunked out. He's gonna fall down. Cutie Pie picks up 1. Lantern comes across. Kiwi Kid does survive that battle, but Scar's in the mix. Then jumping on into Nintendu. They're gonna go re-engage for the battle here. Mashley drops very, very low in health. Has to jump backwards. Nintendu's gonna fall over. Double kill picked up there for I'm a Cutie Pie.
And Dignitas proved that they do know how to close out a game.
Cutie Pie is on a killing spree. Zion Spartan finds 1, but he's gonna find his doom as well. The respawn is here from Daydream, and the Nexus is falling down. This is almost certainly Dignitas' game to win. Nexus down to 1/3 health, 1/4. Cutie Pie still in the Nexus. That's gonna be GG, and it's relief on the Dignitas faces.
They won what was a close game. They then pulled ahead, but they did it their way.
All right, so let's take a look at the standings heading into today's games. Cloud9 is still sitting on top of the league with a 5-1 record, while TSM and Vulcan are tied for second at 4-2.
Tied for 4th place at 3-3 are CLG, Coast, and Dignitas, while Curse and Velocity remain at the bottom of the standings with 1-5 records.
All right, so let's take a look at today's games as we get right into it. Up first, Cloud9 versus Vulcan. Then Team Solo Mid hits the Rift to take on Counter Logic Gaming.
After that, it's Velocity facing off against Team Coast, and closing out the day, it's Curse versus Dignitas.
And as always, you can predict the winners of today's games. You may not always be right, but you can go to lolesports.com, just click on the matches at the top right, go to week 2, and vote away.
And that brings us to today's Twitter question. Which team strategies have excited you the most so far, and why? Hit us up at LoleSports and be sure to use the hashtag LCS.
There's going to be some good ones. We'll read the best ones later on the air show. And yes, grammar does count.
Yes, it does.
All right, so we've got to take a short break, but when we return, it's the first match of the day. Cloud9 tries to get the hype train back on track against the Red Hot Vulcan. The NALCS Summer Split will be right back. Don't go anywhere.